Hello folks, in the previous episode we unlocked both the Nymph and the Death Knight, and even though I'm tempted to play as a Nymph Death Knight character, I will instead go for a more suitable combination and play as a Demon and Death Knight. And this will be our character, Sir Gilbert, and we will be playing in normal. Now this particular stats combination I came up with gives us a +4 of slashing and a +4 of dark, which will be for most of our cards quite suitable, as we'll be dealing dark and also slashing damage. And this will be our deck: 3 Chaos Blades, 3 Corrupt Charms, 3 Death Pacts, 3 Necrotic Touch, 3 Resolves, 3 Stripes, 3 Sword Slashes. And I don't think I clicked on this so you can see. And let's get started. Strife is one of the best cards you can have as a starting demon in your starting deck, and it has a multicast 3, which is a very awesome fact on its own, but it also deals 3 to 7 dark damage to a random enemy. We don't care about the conditional part, but since these are animals we might find that useful. Let's start with Corrupt Arms, which will give us this damage synergy, and now let's add it to the Strife card. A panther is left, finish him off with your blade. Study the grimoire, get the sword thrust. We have the Echoing Corrupt Arms from the previous turn, and let's use these resolves to create a chain of damaging synergies. I will deal 4 to 8 damage, get another synergy, deal 4 to 8 damage, get another synergy, deal 4 to 8 damage, and finally finish your enemies off like so. Let's get Passage to Afterlife. Continue. Okay, and let's now create what is called an echo chain, and the way we will do that is first we will be playing Corrupt Arms on ourselves, and this action will be echoing, and we will be playing after to this card, Death Pact, and it will deal 4 to 8 damage. So okay, it killed the target, but if it hadn't killed the target, we would have created our chain. Perhaps we'll get to see it later. But what this does is to inject from one echoing action the synergy to the second echoing action the synergy, thus creating a dot effect on the enemy we have targeted. Let's summon the Chaos Blade, trigger it, ointment. Let's loot the sleeping merchant. Envy deals damage equal to the value it says here, 3, plus you're missing hit points. And we don't have any hit points missing, but we can still use these necrotic touches and get rid of some of the enemies. Continue. Passage to Afterlife is a very interesting card. It gives us Empower, which will make everything we do in our cards stronger. And then we get to choose one, either Serve Beyond the Grave or Gift of Unlife. And this is a summoning card, while this has NV6, benefits from our missing hit points and then synergizes healing, so we can get it back. And if the Death Pact is active and its duration is more equal to 1, the action additional gets a Pride of 10, which if the enemy have power 10 or less, it will deal to them damage equal to their power. That's what Pride does. And you can type terms here to research them while you are still learning the game. And I will be playing a Death Pact. Play the Passage to Afterlife. Death Pact is active, so the action will get a synergy of Envy 4. I will get Gift of Unlife, which I will be using, and it also will include this Envy synergy right here. And we'll get to choose between one of these characters. And Sap inflicts Weaken, and if we have Aura of Darkness, it gets Drain, while the Skeletal Archer deals intense damage and bleeding. For starters, you have an Envy synergy, so you need to target an enemy and damage them. And I will be getting the I don't use Aura of Darkness, so I will get the Skeletal Archer. He's summoned with an additional power. Let's use the Skeletal Arrow. The Chaotic Synergy. We could just have attacked here. But the interesting thing about the bleeding effect that you can apply is that when an enemy is bleeding, their shield doesn't absorb this damage. So they might have 65 shield counters, but if they have 1 hit point and they bleed, they will die. Shield won't protect them from bleeding, and that can be very useful. Let's continue. Let's take advantage of our necrotic touch, and first I will be corrupting my arms and then deal the necrotic touch. Short thrust, and level up. Let's see. We get Scent of Death, which again benefits from having Aura of Darkness. We don't have this. Aura of Darkness is the Desecrate effect, sorry. I think I need some more coffee. So Desecrate will create an Aura of Darkness, and if that Aura of Darkness is higher or equal to 4, then the action will get this chaotic effect. Let's take this card because we are undead and we heal with the Aura of Darkness. Our allies are mostly undead, so they will be mostly healing. And Aura of Darkness is also beneficial to our demonic allies. So it will be a good thing to have. Let's see what perks we can get. I didn't check them out yet. And we have the Malevolent. We can get some Fire Affinity, Heightened Intellect, and Otherworldly Beauty. And from the class, Stiffness, Unholy, Strength, Bladed Weapons Training, Blunt Weapons Training, Scent of Death, Dark Touch. Okay, I will be taking the Bladed Weapon Trainings and also the Stiffness. This will give us a slashing and a bludgeoning resistance, which will be quite useful. Let's use Strife. Finish off the leftovers with our Chaos Blade and the Serrated Blade. Get this Soul Spike. Corrupt Arms, Strife. Let's finish off this guy first and end our turn. We can also create no, I'll just end my turn. Alchemist Bomb, another Soul Spike, and also we'll get the Infernal Strength. So let's first corrupt our arms, target ourselves, then Death Pact target an enemy, and leave him here in the back. We'll also do a Resolve and Strife. And now when I click And let's enable the verbose mode. I will hit plus in the numerical keypad after I will kill this one. What just happened? Well, what just happened is this. Corrupt Arms targeted Sir Gilbert, that's me, and gave synergy damage to the Death Pact, which was targeting the Centaur warrior, and injected 4 to 8 damage to it. And so the Centaur got the damage and died. Now this is targetless and it will dissolve, and this targets me will continue to the next node. So we got the Corrupt Arms on Sir Gilbert, or perhaps Gilbert, I'm not sure. Let's pick the pouch, check what it has. Let's remove these bombs and add them to my stash, so I won't accidentally use them before the boss, and I want to save them for that occasion. Particularly I want to save my silver bombs for any infernal dragons we might meet. I will also remove this from my deck as well. It's the healing coin. Okay, so Sand of Death creates the aura of darkness, and we'll see what happens if any of them is alive when we end up dead. Okay, let's end up dead. So they lose 1 hit point from Aura of Darkness. My Chaos Blades are constructs, they are not demons, they are not undead, so they also lose hit points. And I, on the other hand, heal 1 hit point. The strength of the Aura of Darkness depends on on the card's level. So the highest the card level, the more this magnitude will be. Let's bring in another. I will use a Death Pact here to benefit from an additional chaotic damage. Let's use first this. Add the resolve, use it on the infernal strength, then you can corrupt arms and do it like so. Both targeted enemies, they will both expire. And we are in Orpheus, which has dark weakness. I will first corrupt my arms and use strike. Resolve, necrotic touch, and finish him off with my blade. So on class perks, let's take Scent of Death and also Unholy Strength. Can also increase my willpower, which boosted my dark damage. Let's start with, let's say, hitting this one. Use Corrupt Arms, Death Pact here, Sword Slash. So this is an echo chain. The synergy pass from one action to another, and if you have any active accessories, they will pass into your accessories. And we can end our turn. Let's get the insight. Now, passage to Afterlife would be more useful if Death Pact was active, but since I have all these soul spikes, I will be needing an ally to use them. And I can take the skeletal archer. So, using this soul spike triggers the chaotic effect, deals 6 to 13 dark damage, random enemy, and also gives us synergy damage, which we can activate. Certainly not by using this to our skeleton, but by right clicking this ability. Now we can do a soul spike. Skeletal arrow is not reaction, you can keep it and use it like so. So skeletal arrow is a very good way to bypass this guy's shield and kill him, because bleeding cannot be stopped by the shield. Pick your pouch, read the journal. Let's get Unholy Strike. And I will play Corrupt Arms, Strife, continue. Let's get the healing potion, let's get the commodity, and visit the town to sell. Favorite section, pets and mercenaries. I will be taking the Infernal Warriors. Let's see if we can find him cheaper before it gets evening. Perfect. And we'll also getting a silver bomb. Minimize the town, remove the bomb, and continue. Actually, I will trigger this. No, I'll just continue. Let's continue. I will use the Death Pact here, put here in the back. Strife. Study the Grimoire. I will get Chaos Hammer. This has an Order of Light Bane plus 10, which means that if you meet someone from the Order of Light, they will get 10 intense damage if this hits them. It also has Sacrifice 6, we lose 6 hit points and target suffers 12 bludgeoning damage. And if the enemy has the Benefactor effect, they have the Benefactor tactic, any Benefactor tactic, this action gets Envy. So it's perfect against these targets. Corrupt Arms on myself, Death Pact on the enemy. Infernal Strength, Chaos Blade, Chaos Blade. And our chain killed the robber. We can easily finish off the cutthroat. Continue. Now let's get the heavy axe. I won't be replacing my serrated blade for it, but you know. Now using Aura of Darkness will help me because she's an undead, she's a vampire, so I will just discard it and end my turn. Also discard it.
Oh no.
Let's use one of these to Mina, as well as my serrated blade, and I will actually finish her off. He has vulnerability in bludgeoning, so I can also use this and deal 12 plus 2, 14. No, I won't. I will actually wait till this Chaos Hammer can kill him, because otherwise he will shield up and everything would be in vain. Level up soon. have some defense. Let's add one more soul spike. Use the soul spike, use the Sand of Death. Resolve. Okay, so this crafts passage if we have less than 5 hit points. Let's start healing by triggering the Sand of Death. Let's play the passage. I will get Serve Beyond the Grave. This will give Envy.
Level up.
Level. And also Synergy Healing. And we are at full. Let's take here the Rune of Enslavement and Demonic Incubator is also a good choice. That's 2 and 2. But why our deck is so big? I also want to check the perks. See what class perks we can get. And one good choice is the Unholy Might, both slashing and dark boost. And we can save that for strength. No, I won't be getting anything, but I will actually summon these. And do a shuffle backpack to use this elixir and to use this inside. Discard this and also remove it from deck. And we'll be cutting down a bit on the I will just leave the rest as they are. Okay, Sand of Death. Soul Spike will target. I want to target this one. Right click. This gives us energy damage. And the Carnivora left. Let's use our sword. Just get the bomb, and you can also get the Hornet helmet. The cost is 1 action point, we can afford it. You should always keep in mind that accessories have upkeep cost and they will slow you down. Continue, won't be entering the temple. Remove the consumables. Let's incubate this incubator and bring in the I will bring in the magic in. And let's do a soul spike. I will use my ally here. Okay, so now that these guys here have a flank, a benefactor counter, we can use the envy ability of our chaos hammer and obliterate them. So spike, chaos blade. Back with Mazikin, and I will bring in a second chaos blade. Continue. I will add the soul tank to my deck. Continue. Now, a most common approach was to try to keep your deck slim to like 18 cards, but when there are more than one cards that can get the job done, why do that? And I will sacrifice to summon the incubator. Now the incubator here, this one, doesn't say that you have to target your demonic incubator for this incubate to work. You can target any unlion and summon them. And in fact you don't explicitly need to target an ally either, but then you won't benefit from the teamwork bonus. Let's get this Quicksilver here and I'll get the armor. So now I can incubate into a Magikin, and she comes with a +6 in power, which is a very significant bonus to miss. Let's craft an incubate, have it on hand. And we have Ami, which is quite resistant to slashing and dark. But she's a demon, so she's weak to blessed and banished. We don't have any of this. Let's imbue dark. Get served beyond the grave. We are at 10. This means that our envy would be devastating. Could have been more devastating, but still. And now this has a heal of 10. We'll also incubate. Doesn't matter, we will miss the power bonus, but nothing. Okay, so she will deal lots of damage, and she's a demon, so our aura is healing here. Let's do another envy. Strife. And continue. We are on stage 5. Let's use the rune of enslavement to give one of them contract. Let's say that we deal with this one first, just because he can easily die and gives us this servant. But we don't have anything to give vulnerable. Our blade inflicts vulnerable. And we can inflict it into up to 6 level. So this malediction here has the envy, and we get to deal 20 damage from the envy. This also has envy. And our turn. So inflict vulnerable if the enemy survive, that is. But we can also use our soul fangs. Continue. I will get quite lesser undead. Could be quite useful like versus undead. Skills blade, sword slash, sword thrust, serrated blade, and use some envy. Let's add it to my stash.
Level up.
And we gained a level. Increase my strength. We can get inhuman strength, which will further boost our or get spiteful. Well, both are useful, but this is universally useful. I will save the rest to get spiteful in the next level. Move the pearl and the marble away. Continue. Sword spike. Use blade with an extra strength. Continue. Scent of death, of course. So first you can trigger the chaotic effects so you can know what will happen. This one will go away. Let's bring in okay, so we are left with the Adhraxar's Warlock and his summon, which is also a Warlock, and unless you want to get flooded with Warlocks here, it should be for the best to kill this enemy first. Let's get the commodity. We are nearing a town. I won't be entering the destroyed village. That is just to save recording time, otherwise I would. And first, before everything else, let's also move in the rest from our stash. Marble and pearl. This is nice, but still prefer my own weapon. The offhand, however, is an intriguing proposition. Stores are closed, I don't have much cash anyway to buy the stuff I want. Let's equip the offhand. I will just end my turn here. Use my 2 blades plus the chaotic one. Play Death Pact. You can now incubate into a Mansekin. You can use Chaos Cover. No, don't attack. Continue. Infernal Blast. Multicast 2, you draw a card, Undead Pain, Grid 4. So Grid deals damage equal to the cards in your hand, plus 4. And the Blood Tribute creates an Infernal Warrior, this guy here. So it's a great card to have. But you know, on the other hand, all cards are great under certain circumstances. Continue. Let's face the boss in full health and action points. It's Frost, and first I will use the Infernal Strength card. And try to bewitch this one. Put her first so she can act first, and they are frost touch, they don't count as undead. You can use safely the Scent of Death. And get served beyond the grave. I will let them damage me so I can benefit from this envy like so. Use Soul Tank to heal myself. Continue. We are on the final stage, yes, and we have reached 30 mastery already with the Death Knight, and got so many good cards to try, like Marching Order. And Necrotic Blades and Damnation, of course. course, and Cal Footman, Furious Slash, Commandless Undead, Deathless Vow, and also Cultist, Corrupt, etc. So many cards. Let's see a few of the Death Knight cards. Since we already checked out demonic cards in a previous episode. Corrupt Arms, Resolve. You can use the synergy to deal damage even with your soul jars. But it only targets a demon, so. I will take Suffocate. So he will be using his counter attack ability next, so we need to drop him below half. No, we can't really benefit from this action. Just use it as a... Ooh. And we died. So at this point you can retain your progress, or you can reincarnate. We still have time, so let's retain our progress. That's the benefits of playing normal. So the only thing that this retain progress will do is to give you another chance to complete the run and claim the extra rewards, because you already have gotten most, if you have reached this stage, you have already got most of the rewards by defeating the respective bosses. Let's continue.
Level up.
And actually, to be honest, I underestimated these guys. I won't be doing the same mistake again. And this time I will actually fetch 2 poison bombs to use. chest, get the vampire ass, get the amber, remove them from your deck. Not that it really matters in the state our deck currently is in. Okay, I think this might be too much for our little fellow. I will be sparing just my silver bombs.
Oh no.
Let's continue. That was a quite rough encounter. Enemies don't joke here.
I shall feast on your soul.
Now marching order needs to target an undead, so
Oh no.
let's continue. I will get a rising rage. Now I can use this infernal blast. Yes. Let's continue. I will certainly be equipping this. even though it costs 6. No, it costs 6 too much. The important thing is to have action points, so and the Infernal Dragon. This targets non-undead, so we can target the Infernal Dragon. Not that it will do much, but still. Fire away. This can destroy undead that has less than 10 hit points. So let's use it on this one. And now see what our bombs can do for this dragon. We have plenty of silver bombs. 4, I think, should be more than enough to kill this dragon. And in particular, the Quicksilver is pretty lethal to this dragon because it deals 6 times the damage, whereas this only 4 times the damage. Either way, we did finish the run, even though we get to die once, but this is normal, and your aim here is to gather tokens and mastery. So this is achieved, and we can get to unlock our next class. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be seeing you next time, where we'll be playing with a Nymph Inquisitor character, because why not? See you next time.